The recent Nintendo Direct was by all accounts a superstar. It passed with flying colors. It delivered a late era Mario boost in both funky new exciting ways with Super Mario Bros. Wonder and quirky old school nostalgic fan servicey ways with Super Mario RPG. Yeah, we got some sort of like, another WarioWare? That seems like an odd choice, but I guess it is late cycle. Then we got an announcement of a brand new Princess Peach game, the first time a home console features the heroine as the head honcho, the leading star. There's Mario Kart DLC with an awesome bathroom course and 3 characters. There was some third-party delights, and there was no new hardware. Now, a few outliers were predicting new hardware, but most said no. Yet, at the same time, Nintendo did talk about hardware in this presentation. You just didn't hear it. It wasn't audible. I'm not a crazy person. I'm just reading between the lines. By Nintendo's announcements in this Direct, it presented our best case yet for when the Switch 2 will be launching. And if we couple this with recent information from Yves Guillemot and Ubisoft, I think we can start to peg in where this Switch console will land. What's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce, and this bums me out, but I always would rather bring you the honest truth. I have to stop trumpeting the 2023 horn for Nintendo Switch hardware because I don't think we get anything new. Now, there have been rumors of a July event. Jeff Grubb has talked about it, and others have said something else is coming in July, but that could easily be a Pokemon Presents to highlight more of Detective Pikachu, as well as the Scarlet and Violet DLC release dates. It could also be a third-party partner showcase to bring up things like Persona 3 Reload that was suspiciously absent from this recent Direct. But the likelihood of July's event being a hardware reveal, despite them using early July as a past precedent for bringing out new pieces of technology, I just don't see it happening. If you want to have a separate conversation about a Switch Lite OLED, we can do that, but in this video, I'm talking about the successor. I'm talking about the next thing. I'm talking about the 4K machine, the DLSS machine, the one that we're all waiting for. Now, on one hand, this Direct, to me, inevitably pushes this thing beyond this year and probably further. But on the other hand, we have a competing side that I think brings it into a perfect middle ground. I really think we're in the sweetest spot for Switch right now with a healthy lineup of games leading into early next year. We know that they showed off Princess Peach, Stage Fright, Princess Peach, Star of the Show for 2024, and it's got to be early if they're revealing it now. We also saw Luigi's Dark Moon getting HD up-resed to the Switch, which feels like filler and again should be early 2024. This tells you that they're still making Switch games, and they're still making sort of like carry-on Switch games, meaning like we're just keeping the drum beat going. I view New Super Mario Bros., Mario Bros. Wonder as like absolutely epic. That to me is not coasting, that to me is big hitter. But Nintendo did confirm that we've got more games coming in 2024 that aren't screaming, holy crap, there's a new console. Dark Moon with up-res visuals? That's an OG Switch type thing. And Princess Peach, despite looking really nice, that's an OG Switch thing. Metroid Prime 4 and 3D Mario are the big heavy favorites for launch titles for the next Switch system. And so we then say, when would this come out? The launch titles are not Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon and Princess Peach, I'm sorry to tell you. And they're not a Fire Emblem remake or any of the other things we've heard still rumored. A Paper Mario HD version, F-Zero GX remaster, those things are not coming as the Switch 2's bread and butter when it booms onto store shelves. So when does it come? I think, hopefully, me being like a wishful thinker would love to believe that the new Nintendo Switch could release in April or May. Now, Nintendo used March before, but April and May feel a bit odder. Some massive titles have launched in April and May, and in the past, Sony has used it as a very good blockbuster moment to put out heavy hitters. If we're to say that, say, Dark Moon is the January title, and Princess Peach is the February or March title, April or May would be the soonest. But at that point, I think Nintendo just waits until November. And I hate to say it, I hate to be Team November, but I feel like that is where this is trending. Now, the competing information is Yves Guillemot saying, he's the big high honcho CEO of Ubisoft, that Nintendo themselves recommended Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope be held for the next system. Now remember, Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope came out last October. This game dropped in 2022, 10/22. Now, telling them to wait 2 full years does seem kind of crazy. If you're advising them to wait with a game that is nearing completion or even complete, to me that says, hey, it's close. Knowing video game budgets and how much they're reliant on really quick sales for projects that are complete, it seems odd that Nintendo would suggest Ubisoft sit on something for 26 full months, for 30 months, for anything in that range. 12 months makes sense, but 12 months also seems like something where Ubisoft would have just said, okay, fine. If the Switch 2 were to launch in 2023, I do believe Ubisoft would have heeded Nintendo's advice and said, hey, we'll save it. Because, believe me, Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2 will be backwards compatible, therefore Mario + Rabbids Sparks of Hope could have played on Switch 1 and Switch 2, and it'll still do that, but releasing around new hardware could have given it the boost that they decided Nintendo thought would be best, especially now, looking backwards, seeing that it underperformed. Mario + Rabbids Sparks of Hope reviewed super well, and it's another substantial upgrade over its predecessor, but it didn't get the oomph because there's already Mario + Rabbids on the Switch, and I don't think that they highlighted, or maybe video doesn't even do justice, to how much actually improved in this sequel. Could Nintendo have suggested a 2-year wait or a 1.5-year wait? Absolutely. And maybe for Ubisoft, a 1.5 to 2 years would have been too much. From that point, October 2022, a 1.5 years would be May 2024, and a full 2 years would be October or November 2024. That is where things get dicey. That's where you say, okay, Nintendo, they have a point, but we don't want to wait. I know it's not 3 years though. I know there's no way Nintendo said, yo, we got a new console in 2025. Think you can hold for 3 years? No way. What's Davide's team supposed to do? Twiddle their thumbs? No. They're not going to say wait 36 months. But waiting 18 or 24 could have been totally plausible. Now, Nintendo could be shifting things around. Perhaps this console was supposed to come out earlier. Perhaps this was told to them a long time ago, pre-Zelda Tears of the Kingdom delay. Because remember, at one point, Tears of the Kingdom was going to be the holiday 2022 game. There could have been a world where holiday 2022 was Tears of the Kingdom, and spring 2023 or holiday 2023 was going to be Nintendo Switch 2, and now maybe that's been backshifted 6 months or even 12. We will know by the end of this year, because a spring launch means a 2023 reveal, and a 2024 holiday launch means we don't hear about it until next year. I'm gonna go and put my name on Team Holiday 2024. I feel yucky about that. I don't love it. I wish it would be earlier. I think we need it. PS5 and Series X are going to start really making huge headway with games like Spider-Man 2 and Starfield. And then into next year, where all of their titles are exclusive to the new systems and they're pushing power, processing, and performance, Switch is going to be still sitting with Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, a game that worked on a handheld a long time ago. But I think, for better or worse, there are still enough games that carry Switch until the holiday season. They could save Metroid Prime 4 for next holiday, 3D Mario for next holiday, and have an absolutely massive launch. And they could pepper things in from March to November with things like another Fire Emblem remake, with things like Donkey Kong, with one of the other GameCube ports. Donkey Kong has not been on the system yet in a new capacity, and you know he's gonna be. So that's something that could be a 8th year Nintendo Switch release. There's other things we've heard about, like Kid Icarus coming back in HD. There's more Mario Kart that the waves could be added. We see they've now changed it to wave 1 through 6 instead of just listing it as 48 courses. It's wave 1 through 6, 48. Maybe they've got another year of Mario Kart DLC. There could be another new Mario Party, Mario Baseball. We have lots of options to fill in a calendar of March to November. If we trust that Dark Moon and Peach are the two games in Q1, then you've got 2 quarters to fill up. You could easily see April being Donkey Kong, revealed at an early year direct or even the September presentation. You could see May being Mario Baseball. That works out pretty nicely. You could see June getting something like a Rhythm Heaven or even a Kid Icarus HD or possibly F-Zero or Paper Mario. Then you've only got July, August, September to worry about, and before you know it, you're there. Take a month off, give a third party some showcase, put out a new Pokemon. We've heard rumors of Mystery Dungeon, and you see how Nintendo can easily stack 9 months of releases leading up to a huge holiday push where they have their big heavy hitters and one of their best Christmases ever, with the Switch successor, Metroid Prime 4, and Mario 3D. Whether it's Odyssey 2 or a brand new experience, I don't know. After seeing Mario Bros. Wonder, legit anything's possible. Nintendo is on their A game, and I think they're eating cake with fuzzy fruit in it. I don't know, but that's wild, and I'm all here for it. The sad truth is that this direct said a lot about the next system because it paved the way by what they announced and by what they didn't announce for a world in which Nintendo can easily without gaps and without seeming like they're slowing down or coasting, fill a lineup until next fall. We're talking another year and a half until a new Switch successor, which feels crazy, but like I mentioned at the top, they could fill it in with a Switch Lite OLED, they could fill it in with something else quirky, or they could just rely on what they've got right now. You're telling me that Mario Bros. Wonder isn't going to be a massive seller? You're telling me that a new Donkey Kong won't still push big units? You're telling me that slowly drip feeding their Nintendo Switch Online games like they do can't keep the cadence consistent? They absolutely can. For better or worse, the June Direct was a brilliant show, but for new hardware hopeful, it was probably worst case scenario. Metroid Prime 4 was nowhere to be seen. Seems like that's being saved. 2024 titles were already teased and announced. That's bad news if you have a new system coming. And the way that things worked out, it looks like we'll be waiting a whole lot longer. Let me know how you feel about that. Does it make you sad? Are you content? Are you okay with the lineup that we probably have for the next year and a half? Or do you think it's going to falter for Nintendo? Honestly, as much as I want to hate it, I think the lineup could be pretty darn solid. I think they can deliver a really nice slate for the next year and enter Q4 2024 ready to go ham. Let's go eat some ham and take a break from this video making thing. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. SwitchForce out.